All right, so yeah, shake it up. Nathan and Justin are just one. All right, and in Kingian Nonviolence, there's the will and the skill of Dr. King philosophies. The will is the six principles, and the skill is the six steps, and we'll get to those steps shortly. But today I'm just going to be talking about the principles. And the principles, it truly is the will because that's what makes you want to keep on going with the program. It drives you. It's the engine. It's the caboose of the train. It just has you going on that path to freedom and peace. So would somebody like to read the first principle?
The whole thing. Non-violence is the way of life for courageous people. It is a positive force confronting the forces of injustice and utilizes the righteous indignation and spiritual, emotional, and intellectual capabilities of people as a vital force for change and reconciliation.
Yeah, so what that basically means is it's harder and in some perspective more heroic and courageous to not walk away from a fight but diffuse it and have a peaceful resolution for everybody, you know? Like, I feel humans, we're like programmed to react a certain way in certain situations. So it's harder to just walk away from somebody pushing you and getting in your face. And so you just have to know that principle and that drive, because if you don't act courageously and you don't go on a peaceful path, you're just throwing away everything that you spent your whole life working for. So can somebody read the second principle?
The beloved community is the framework for the future.
And what Dr. King meant while he wrote that was that first, the beloved community, that's his dream, his vision of utopia, of the perfect society, which we all know is like pretty much impossible, but you always have to have a goal, something to strive for, you know? So with that principle, it means that this beloved community, that this right here, is going to set up everything for the future, right? So we have the society in our heads. It's what we picture it to be. And a frame, it protects and holds the picture in place. It holds it high up so that way everybody can admire it. So we have to be a nail, one etch into that frame to hold up the picture that we believe is the beloved community. So can somebody read the third principle?
Attack forces of evil, not persons doing evil.
Yeah, this is one that I found to be really big and important in various situations, because when somebody kills somebody, if it's like in Texas or something, they have the death penalty there, so they'll kill the killer, but that really won't fix anything, because maybe he had a psychological problem, maybe he just had history. Like, as we know, conflict has history. He just didn't feel right inside. And who knows, maybe with this very same 5-day workshop, he could have been leading this whole group, this whole collective of peace. So we don't want to hurt the people that hurt us, but we want to understand and be with them and make them grow and prosper as well as us.
Let's give a big shake up.
Can somebody read the fourth principle? Matter of fact, can I have my partner George say it?
Accept suffering without retaliation for the sake of the cause to achieve the goal.
That principle was instrumental in the freedom of the African Americans in the civil rights movement. They had to suffer long walks. They had to suffer beatings at the counters in the lunchrooms. They had to suffer so much. And even from the 1800s up to the 1960s, they had to suffer all of that. And they They didn't go out and ride. They didn't hurt every white person that told them to get to the back of the bus. They went with it. They stood there. They took it. And for what? To ultimately achieve freedom. If you just throw out violence, you're going to get violence. You have to invest in peace to get that beloved community. You're investing in the framework.
Shake it up.
The fifth principle, please.
Avoid internal violence of the spirit as well as external physical violence.
That's one of the top principles, I believe. If you're hurt on the inside, you feel the pain on the inside, you're going to take it out on everybody. Like if you're in a bad mood and somebody bumps into you, you're going to act like they just assaulted your whole family because you just have that violence inside. You don't know what to do with it, so you just channel out through these. And you don't want that to happen. You just want to use your mouth. You want to use your words. You know, I forgot who said it. I'm bad. I remember in quotes, but a great poet said that the pen is more powerful than the sword, and the tongue is more powerful than a bullet. That us being here together, working for peace, is more powerful than an army. We're here to just use that, and if we're good on the inside, we put out the good everywhere else. That's something we have to remember. That's something we have to use. That's something we have to live for. That's us. That's the future. Can somebody read the last principle?
Take it up. Take it up from
Thank you.
Number 6, the universe is on the side of justice.
Yeah. So, in one of Dr. King's speeches, he talked about the moral arc. And we all know what an arc looks like, right? It goes like this. And if you're on this side of the arc, can you see what's on this side? No. So you have to have faith. And maybe it's not necessarily a godly faith or anything, but you have to have faith in your brothers and sisters in the community. You have to have faith in yourself. You have to have faith in what you believe in as the greatest goal at that time. So for that way, each piece of faith, with each person that believes in what you're believing in, you're gonna get higher up to the arc. And then you're gonna hopefully one day reach the beloved community that's on the other side. You'll be there. Because when you think about it, justice really has prevailed throughout history, time and time again. And I just want to thank y'all for participating and showing that you guys do care about the principles. You guys already have the will. So let's all collectively come together and channel that forever to help everybody.